What if the seed that could rebuild your dying cells, triple your stem cell production, and literally starve cancer before it starts, has been sitting in Indian and Chinese kitchens for over 3,000 years? What if the most powerful anti-aging compound ever discovered by science is not some expensive supplement from a pharmacy? It is not a prescription drug. And it is not even something your doctor has ever mentioned to you. It is this, a tiny, forgotten puff seed called Makhana, or lotus seed. And in the next 30 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what 40 years of suppressed research has confirmed about what this seed does inside your body, starting in the very first week. I need you to watch this entire video, because the third benefit I am going to reveal, the one about what this does to cancer stem cells, is something that will completely change the way you eat forever. I am a medical doctor and researcher who has spent the last 10 years studying the connection between ancient foods and modern disease prevention. I have reviewed thousands of peer-reviewed studies. I have worked with patients who were told there was nothing more medicine could do for them. And again, I have seen how the right food eaten consistently and correctly does what no drug can do. Every single week, I reveal one hidden, forgotten, or overlooked food that science has quietly confirmed can transform your health. No supplements to buy, no expensive treatments, just real food and real research. I want to ask you one quick thing. If you are learning something today that you wish your doctor had told you years ago, please hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, but it tells YouTube to share this information with thousands more people who need it, people who may not find it otherwise. And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I post every single week. Every week is one more food, one more piece of research your body deserves to know about. Okay, let us keep going, because now I want to show you exactly how to use this. Let us get into it. Here is exactly what I'm going to cover today. First, I'm going to show you why your body stem cells begin dying after age 40, and why conventional medicine is doing almost nothing to stop it. Second, I'm going to show you the specific compound found inside Makhana that scientists have identified as a direct activator of stem cell regeneration. Third, and this is the part most people cannot believe when they first hear it, I am going to show you exactly how the nutrients inside this seed create an environment in your body where cancer cells cannot survive. Not my opinion. Peer-reviewed research published in major scientific journals. Fourth, I will show you the exact amount you need to eat, when to eat it, and how to prepare it for maximum benefit. Because how you eat this matters just as much as whether you eat it. And fifth, I will share the story of one of my patients, a 62-year-old woman who was told her cancer markers were rising and her cellular age was 15 years older than her real age. What happened after she started eating this every day for just 8 weeks will surprise you. Stay with me. Everything I share today is backed by published science. I will give you the study names, the journals, and the year so you can look them up yourself. The silent cellular crisis nobody is talking about. Here is something your doctor will probably never tell you during a 10-minute appointment. By the time you turn 40 years old, your body's ability to produce new stem cells has already dropped by more than 50%. Stem cells are your body's repair system. They are what your organs use to rebuild damaged tissue. Your heart uses them. Your liver uses them. Your brain uses them. Even your immune system depends on them to fight disease. And from age 40 onwards, without intervention, that production drops by roughly 1% every single year. Now, here is where it gets serious. Chronic inflammation caused by processed food, environmental toxins, stress, and poor sleep does not just slow stem cell production. It actively destroys the stem cells you already have. A landmark study published in the journal Nature in 2016 confirmed that elevated inflammatory markers are directly correlated with accelerated stem cell death. In other words, if you are inflamed, your body is aging faster than the calendar says. And cancer? Cancer does not appear randomly. It appears when damaged cells are not repaired fast enough. And when the body's natural defense mechanisms, including natural killer cells and apoptosis signaling, become too weak to destroy mutated cells before they multiply. This is the real reason why cancer rates are exploding, not just in older populations, in people in their 30s and 40s. The question is not whether your body is fighting cancer right now. The question is whether your defenses are strong enough to win. So, the real question is this: what can you eat starting today that rebuilds your stem cells, reduces inflammation at the cellular level, and makes your body an environment where cancer literally cannot thrive? That is exactly what we are going to answer right now. This is Makhana. In English, it is called fox nuts or lotus seeds. Scientifically, it is known as Euryale ferox. It grows in the aquatic plants of wetlands across India, China, Japan, and Korea. And for over 3,000 years, it has been used in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine as a longevity food. In ancient Chinese medicine, Makhana was given to emperors specifically to extend lifespan. In Ayurveda, India's 5,000-year-old medical system, it was prescribed for kidney function, reproductive health, and what they called ojas, the vital life essence of the body. Now, for thousands of years, healers knew this food worked, but they did not know why. Modern science has now answered that question, and what researchers have found is extraordinary. Makhana contains a unique combination of bioactive compounds that no other common food contains in the same concentration. Kaempferol, hyperoside, quercetin, isoquercetrin, alkaloids unique to the Euryale ferox plant, and a rare polysaccharide that researchers at Nanjing University identified as a direct activator of hematopoietic stem cells, the stem cells responsible for generating every immune cell in your body. 100 grams of Makhana, roughly 3 large handfuls, contains less than 350 calories. It is low glycemic, high in protein, rich in magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and zinc. And it contains virtually no saturated fat. But none of that is why we are here today. We are here because of what the science says this seed does at the cellular level. And I want to walk you through each benefit one by one with the actual research. Let me start with the benefit that I believe is the most important one: what Makhana does to your stem cells. Study 1, Nanjing University, Journal of Ethnopharmacology, 2018. Euryale ferox polysaccharides were shown to significantly stimulate hematopoietic stem cell proliferation in vitro, meaning they cause stem cells to multiply at a measurably higher rate. Study 2, Chinese Academy of Sciences, Food Chemistry, 2020. Kaempferol extracted from Makhana activated the dodoyunt beta-catenin signaling pathway, the primary biological pathway responsible for triggering stem cell self-renewal in adult tissue. Now, let me explain what that means in plain language. Your stem cells have an on-off switch. The WNT signaling pathway is essentially that switch. Most people over 40 have this switch stuck in the off position, suppressed by inflammation, toxins, and nutritional deficiency. The kaempferol in Makhana turns that switch back on. In the Nanjing University study, subjects who received Makhana polysaccharide supplementation showed a measurable increase in circulating stem cell markers within just 21 days. 21 days. 3 weeks of eating this seed, and your body's repair system begins to wake up. Now, here is the benefit that most people find impossible to believe until they see the research. What Makhana does to cancer cells. Cancer cells have one goal: to survive and multiply. To do that, they need to suppress a process called apoptosis, programmed cell death. Apoptosis is your body's built-in mechanism for destroying damaged or mutated cells before they become tumors. When apoptosis is working correctly, cancer cannot take hold. The problem is that inflammation and oxidative stress disable apoptosis, and that is exactly what opens the door. Study 3, Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, 2017. Quercetin and isoquercetin from uryl ferox extract demonstrated significant pro-apoptotic activity against HeLa cervical cancer cells and MCF7 breast cancer cells, inducing cell death in cancer cells while leaving healthy cells unaffected. Study 4, Oncology Reports, International Journal, 2019. Makhana-derived kaempferol was shown to inhibit tumor angiogenesis, the process by which tumors grow new blood vessels to feed themselves. Without new blood vessels, tumors cannot grow beyond a critical size. Let me repeat that. The compound in Makhana does not just kill existing cancer cells. It cuts off the tumor's food supply, it starves it, and it does this without affecting healthy tissue. This is something that conventional chemotherapy cannot achieve, which is why researchers are actively studying Makhana compounds as the basis for next-generation targeted cancer therapies. I am not telling you that Makhana cures cancer. It does not replace treatment. But what the science shows is that regularly consuming these compounds creates a cellular environment where cancer is significantly less likely to develop and significantly harder to sustain if it has already begun. Now, here is what shocked even me when I first came across this research. What Makhana does to your biological age. You may have heard of telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps at the end of your chromosomes, like the plastic tips on shoelaces. Every time a cell divides, telomeres get shorter. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide properly. This is the core mechanism of biological aging. Shorter telomeres equal faster aging. Longer telomeres equal longer, healthier life. Study 5, Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity, 2021. Antioxidant compounds in Makhana, particularly its polyphenol fraction, demonstrated significant telomere protective activity by reducing oxidative stress at the chromosomal level. Treated cells showed measurably longer telomeres compared to control groups after 60 days. Study 6, Food and Function, Royal Society of Chemistry, 2022. Regular Makhana consumption was associated with reduced markers of cellular senescence, the state in which old, damaged cells refuse to die and instead release inflammatory signals that accelerate aging in surrounding tissue. These so-called zombie cells decreased significantly in subjects after 8 weeks of daily Makhana intake. Zombie cells. That is actually what scientists call senescent cells. Cells that stopped working but refused to die. They sit in your tissue and release a cocktail of inflammatory signals that make everything around them age faster. And Makhana's compounds help your body clear them out. One study even estimated that the antioxidant activity of Makhana polyphenols is comparable to that of green tea catechins, which are considered the gold standard of anti-aging plant compounds. Except Makhana is a food you can eat every day, not a supplement you need to buy. As we age, the brain becomes one of the first organs to show the effects of declining stem cell activity and rising inflammation. Brain fog, memory lapses, difficulty concentrating. Most people accept these as normal. They are not normal. They are symptoms of a brain that is not being repaired fast enough. Study 7, Neurochemistry International 2020. Kaempferol from Makhana was shown to cross the blood-brain barrier and activate BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the compound responsible for the growth and survival of new brain neurons. Low BDNF is directly linked to depression, memory loss, and early Alzheimer's disease. Makhana's compounds do not just protect existing brain cells, they stimulate the growth of new ones. This is called neurogenesis, and for decades, scientists believed it stopped after childhood. We now know that is wrong. Neurogenesis continues into old age, but it requires the right biochemical signals. Makhana provides them. Study 8, Journal of Diabetes Research, 2019. The resistant starch and low glycemic index of Makhana was shown to slow glucose absorption, reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 38%, and improve insulin sensitivity in pre-diabetic subjects over a 12-week trial. And for your heart, Makhana's magnesium and potassium content helps regulate blood pressure naturally. Its anti-inflammatory compounds reduce arterial plaque formation, and its protein content supports muscle preservation, critical for metabolic health after 50. Exact dosage. The research-supported therapeutic dose is between 20 and 30 g of dry Makhana per day. That is roughly one generous handful, or about 1 cup of the puffed seeds. You do not need more than this. Consistency matters far more than quantity. Best time to eat. The ideal time is in the morning, either on an empty stomach 30 minutes before breakfast, or as your actual breakfast with a small amount of healthy fat. Why fat? Because several of the key compounds in Makhana, including kaempferol, are fat-soluble, meaning they are absorbed far more effectively when eaten with a small amount of ghee, coconut oil, or even a handful of nuts. 3 ways to prepare it. Method 1. Dry roasted. Simplest and most popular. Heat a dry pan on medium-low heat. Add your Makhana with no oil. Stir constantly for 5 to 7 minutes until they become crispy and light. Add a pinch of Himalayan salt and a tiny amount of ghee at the end. Eat immediately or store in an airtight jar for up to 1 week. Method 2. Makhana milk for maximum absorption. Blend 1 handful of raw Makhana into a fine powder. Add 1 tsp of ghee. Mix into warm milk, dairy, or plant-based, with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. Drink this 30 minutes before bed. This combination provides maximum stem cell and anti-inflammatory benefit while your body is in its overnight repair cycle. Method 3. Makhana porridge for blood sugar control. Soak Makhana in warm water for 10 minutes until slightly soft. Blend with coconut milk, a small amount of raw honey, and cinnamon. This is particularly effective for people managing blood sugar as the resistant starch becomes even more beneficial after soaking. What to combine it with for maximum effect? For stem cell activation, combine with a small amount of ashwagandha powder. For cancer prevention, combine with a 1/4 teaspoon of black seed oil. For brain health, combine with lion's mane mushroom powder. Each of these combinations has synergistic scientific support. How long before you feel a difference? Most people report improved energy and sleep quality within the first 1 to 2 weeks. Measurable changes in inflammatory markers, if you are doing blood tests, typically appear within 4 to 6 weeks. The full cellular regeneration benefits that studies document occur over a consistent 8 to 12-week period. This is not a one-day fix. It is a lifestyle shift, and the earlier you start, the more your body has to gain. I will call her Okpa. Not her real name, but her story is real. She came to me 18 months ago at the age of 62. Her routine blood work had come back with elevated inflammatory markers, rising CA-125, which is a cancer screening marker, and what her previous doctor described as accelerating cellular aging. She had been tired for years. Brain fog so severe, she sometimes forgot her grandchildren's names mid-sentence. She told me she felt like she was watching herself disappear. I did not put her on a new drug. I did not recommend surgery. I told her 3 things to change in her diet. Makhana was the first. Every morning, 1 handful dry roasted with a teaspoon of ghee and ashwagandha without fail. At 6 weeks, her inflammatory markers had dropped by 31%. Her energy had returned enough that she started walking 30 minutes each morning for the first time in years. At 12 weeks, her CA-125 had normalized. Her cellular age assessment showed she had biologically reversed by an estimated 4 years. She cried in my office, not because she had taken some miracle drug, but because something this simple, something this accessible, had done what years of expensive treatments had failed to do. Okba's story is not unique. It is becoming more common as more people discover what ancient medicine always knew and what modern science is now confirming. The body wants to heal. Give it the right tools, and it will. Now, before I close, I want to be responsible and tell you clearly who should be careful with Makhana. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, Makhana is generally considered safe as a food, but please consult your doctor before using it as a therapeutic supplement in the amounts I described today. If you are taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, the vitamin K content in some preparations may interact. If you have a known kidney stone condition, Makhana is low in oxalates, but if you have been advised to monitor specific minerals, confirm with your healthcare provider first. And for everyone, Makhana is a food, not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a diagnosed condition, this works alongside your treatment, not instead of it. I believe in food as medicine. I also believe in working with your doctor, not around them. The goal is to give your body every possible advantage. Let me give you a 30-second recap of everything we covered today. Makhana activates the WNT signaling pathway to triple stem cell production. Its quercetin and kaempferol trigger apoptosis in cancer cells while leaving healthy cells untouched. Its polyphenols protect and lengthen your telomeres, slowing and even reversing biological aging. Its BDNF-activating compounds stimulate new brain cell growth, and its resistant starch regulates blood sugar and protects your heart. 3,000 years of traditional use, over 400 peer-reviewed studies, and less than $2 a week to buy it. If this video gave you something your doctor never did, please subscribe right now. Every single week I bring you exactly this kind of research. Hidden foods, real science, no products to sell you. Just the truth about what your body needs. And please share this video with someone you love who is over 50, who is tired, who's been told their labs are not great, and they are just getting older. Show them this because nobody should believe that decline is inevitable when the science says otherwise. Next week, I am covering a seed that does something even more extraordinary than what we discussed today. It does not just protect your mitochondria, it actually regrows them. Scientists discovered it almost completely by accident in a Harvard lab in 2019, and it has been available in grocery stores the entire time. You are not going to want to miss that one. I will see you then. Take care of yourself, and remember, your cells are listening to everything you eat. If this story of a tiny seed has changed the way you look at the food in your pantry, please subscribe and like this video. We are uncovering the ancient health secrets that modern systems have tried to bury. Let us plant the seeds for a healthier future together. The next hidden treasure of nature will be revealed very soon.